Much appreciate y'all American people. So about to go ahead and get started. As you see, this discussion, subject matter is Black Operatives and Aboriginal American Ethnocide. All right. Now, y'all saw the cover image and all of that, but we're going to be discussing a character that was brought to my attention. I was aware of him some years ago, but apparently, he's doing his thing or what have you. I don't know all the details about what he got going on. Never followed the guy, etc. Situation is this for awareness purposes as always. So I'm going to get the screen share running. We're going to be joined by one of the good peoples shortly. I just sent them over the link. I'm going to get the screen share up. And as always, imagine y'all doing well. Imagine y'all healthy. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to run these intros and we're going to get right into it.
Abanki Palami, Igbi, Atak, Intikba, Atak Shanspo, Maliki Okla, Okcha, Abahanta, Chatayakni, Anli, Yupali, Ishkifa Nishkin, Oglush Enla, Abinili, Chata Atak Ishkafushi. Almighty Creator, ancestors, our American people, awake. This is divine sacred Chata land. Be faithful, be exalted. Foreign nations, colonists. You are in the eye of the tomahawk.
You're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? How are we going to do it? The hard way. How are we going to do it? The hard way. How are we going to do it? The hard way.
We the people have been poisoned. Have you or anyone you know experienced hair loss, balding, bleeding issues, cancers, diabetes, and related health problems? These conditions and many others are the result of rat poisoning. In the early 1900s, eugenicists created a rat poison chemical which has intentionally been placed into personal care cosmetic product formulas, especially products labeled as natural. This chemical was designed to destroy your body on a cellular level through your blood. Common and popular brands contain this toxic rat poison chemical formula. Since at least the 1950s, millions of people have been suffering due to the damage caused by this chemical. Within each generation, the harm increases as this chemical crosses the placenta, compromising the natural development of babies. This book reveals not only the origins of this chemical, the harm to natural and reproductive health, but also the people responsible and the billions of dollars they profit each year. Visit stopthegenocide.us for more information.
Empress Roro, appreciate your presence. So yeah, we're going to jump right into it. Waiting for the guests to join in. I emailed them the link and all of that. This guy. So he goes by many names, right? We have Abdul A. Muhammad, age 48. Okay. See right there. Abdul Muhammad, Abdul Ali Muhammad, Abdul A. Muhammad, Marcus Ali Counts, Abdul Dash Ali Muhammad, Muhammad Abdul Ali, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali, and then Muhammad Abdul Ali, right? So this guy is a whole more. Some years ago, I became aware of an organization called ARNA, right? Which stands for, quote unquote, Aboriginal Republic of North America. All right? Mama Chief, appreciate your presence. How you doing? So anyway, him and whoever else, they put together this organization called ARNA, right? And this is their constitution. Okay, let me put the link in the chat so you all can see this for yourself as well. All right, here you go. That is the ARNA Constitution. Okay, continue. So I'm just going to take it from the top real quick so you can see it for yourselves, of course. Right there, Aboriginal Republic of North America Constitution. It says the Constitution and law principles for the Aboriginal Republic of North America, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? That is their symbol / flag. All right. So when I saw this years ago, I'm like, yo, what? No, bro, that looks Moorish. You know, people was like, are they Moors? Are they Aboriginal? Blah, blah, blah. Right. And I'm like, nah, these gotta be Moors. Gotta be. Right. So anyway, you all can read this document. It's 50 pages in its entirety yourselves. What I will do, I'm gonna jump straight to page 35 here. All right. This page 35, where on this page of this document, it says Protocols and Division of the Aboriginal Republic of North America. National Structure, North America. Region 1, Northeast Region, Samal Sharik. You see that? Samal Sharik. So, I have another ARNA document that I showed some years ago. I didn't prepare it to show you all right now. But when we look at these terms here, look. So here it is. This is a district, United States District Court, and it's saying here a non-existing geographic designation. Okay. Was adorned with images of and references to different Middle Eastern. So let me just pull up the document so y'all can see it for yourselves as well. And put this document in the chat as well, because this is the ethnocide that is taking place, right? Operatives, right? They are presenting Ethnocide dealing with our American people's culture, heritage. They are defacing, desecrating the names of our land, names of our people, etc. This is what's going on. This is active. I didn't make none of this up. I wouldn't be involved in anything like this. Hold on, is the thing gonna come up or what? There we go. It's running now. So here we go. So this is something called the Murakush Caliphate of Amexem Incorporated, doing business as Murakush Imperial Temple of Amexem. They're the plaintiff versus State of New Jersey, who's the defendant, right? And so let me just go ahead and run that search real quick right here. Let's go ahead and find that terminology that they used over here. This Samal Sharik. All right, that's what we're looking up, because once again, this is the name that they are using, right? So look, this is on page 11 of the 71-page court document, right? It says, asserted that the Murakush Society was located at Moron Kokush Principality, Timbuktu Territory, Samal Sharik, MA. So I guess that's Massachusetts or something. I don't know. Or America. I don't know. I don't know what that MA means. But anyway, it says a non-existing geographic designation. Continuing. Was adorned with images of and references to different Middle Eastern and North and Western African antique symbols, architectural monuments, and medieval geopolitical bodies such as Egyptian Eye of Ra, Malian Sankor Mosque, ancient city of Marrakesh, etc., and utilize Arabic terminology frequently distorted in its English transcription. Wow. Pretty interesting, ain't it? So just to be clear here, right? We have this court document, which dates back to, what's the date on this? 2011. All right, this is dated 2011. Okay, it was filed May 13th of 2011, right? And it says here, self-declaration of equally imaginary. Like, this is a whole court document talking about they are self-declaring an equally imaginary diplomatic immunity. Okay, this is what I call circus shit. Okay, this is really what is going on out here against our American people. This ties into the ethnocide that I was speaking about in previous weeks, right? Continuing here, it says Moorish movement. In 1998, the United States Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit, being one of the first courts to detail the concept of Moorish movement, observed as follows. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a Black Islamic sect. All right? 3/4 of its temple's congregations are inside prisons. That 75% of its temple's congregations are inside prisons, meaning they may be criminals or they are criminals. Because, you know, we got people that are falsely convicted and sentenced every day. You know, it's been going on for how long. Absolutely. This happens, right? However, they're associated to prisons. 75% of their congregation is incarcerated, all right? The Moors, as adherents to the Moorish Science Temple of America, to the Moorish Science Temple are called, have their own version of the Quran. And as a list of prophets that includes, in addition to the prophets recognized by Orthodox Islam, Buddha, Confucius, and the founder of the Moorish Science Temple, 2 groups vie for leadership of the sect. One in Mount Clemens, Michigan, headed by someone referred to as Grand Sheik Moderator Brother R. Love-L, and one in St. Louis, headed by someone referred to as Grand Sheik Jerry Lewis Bey. The suffixes L and Bey refer to the African tribes from which the Moors believe Black people are descended. You see this. This is a legal document here. Tomahawk Tony did not make this up. I don't go around just assigning L's and Bays to people's names and all that. I don't do that. All right? You will never hear anything about me assigning people these type of names. Anyway, let's get back to this Samel Sharik. Let's get back to that. So, it says they're located in the Timbuktu territory of the Samel Sharik Abika region. And then they have these coordinates by an unidentified state of New Jersey driver and agent for the defendant, the New Jersey State Police for the defendant, etc. So they are literally, what's going on here in regards to the American ethnocide against our American people, they are literally renaming our territories. Sister Soul, how you doing? I sent you the link also, Sister Soul. Feel free to tap in at your convenience. But they are literally renaming North American territories. It's already bad enough that too many of our people do not know the original names of our territories. That's bad enough. But for the fact that they are actively invested in renaming our territories to something Moorish and African, that is so offensive. Imagine if our American people was to go to Europe, go to Asia, go to the Middle East, go to Africa, and we start putting American names, you know, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, Muskogee, etc. We started naming everything over there, claiming it as ours. This is a form of colonization. Let's be real clear about this. This is a form of colonization which reinforces the fact that the Moors, the real bloodline Moors, because I don't know these people's genealogy, their ancestry, etc. But for the fact that they're claiming Moors, they're claiming to be colonists by default. Okay? Let's go to the next reference for this Samel Sharik situation here. Saying the same thing here. Shikabi Principality in a Zankikon territory of the Samel Sharik Abika region. Yeah. This is incredible. Look, continuing here, right? It says here, let me just take it to the top, bro. Let's go to line A here. Okay. Oh man. They're actual and imaginary juridical entities and their associates, hereinafter collectively the Murakush group. This challenge ensues from these individuals' practice of A, proliferating existing and illusory juridical entities at the speed far exceeding any court's ability to process submissions received. That's incredible. Proliferating existing and illusory juridical entities at the speed far exceeding any court's ability to process submissions received. Continuing. B, fashioning flocks of names for their mushrooming creations, with some of these names sounding alike: Murakush, Marakush, Moran Kokush. See docket entry number 1 and Marakush opinion providing examples, and others sounding entirely different, unrelated: Imperial Temple, Intercontinental Union, Moorish Al Marikanos Corporation, Timbuktu Territory, Samal Sharik Region, Indigenous Land, Aboriginal Law Firm. Continuing. C, producing mile-long self-granted title-like attributes at the same lightning speed. Reflecting such attributes as Universal Supreme Allah, Minister Plenipotentiary, High Priest, Noble, Divine Minister Plenipotentiary, Noble, Sheikh, Shaman, High Priest, Empress, Caliph, or Caliph, Sheikh has financial officer, etc., while garnishing these attributes with a mere handful of letters like MKKC or just Bay or L affixes. So, this is So. How you doing? Coming in right now. Yes, this is So. How you doing today?
Oh, I was muted.
Suzanne,
I'm doing good, brother. You know, I want to get in on this. Definitely was interested in seeing about this guy because he just started popping up in my news feed. I saw him on Sinetta, and then he popped up in my news feed again. Yeah. So I'm here for it. I want to see what's going on. I see some of the stuff. I came in late. I know we talked about early, but yeah, I'm just going to catch up for a minute.
Yeah, so what we're seeing here is a court document. I put the link in the chat. We're reviewing it now, whereas basically the court is saying that these Moors are pretty much delusional. They come up with imaginary names for themselves and imaginary territories with no respect for our American nation's territories, like absolutely no respect. They're actively renaming our territories, right? Insufficient for the purpose of clear identification of the actual persons hiding behind such smoke and mirrors. In light of these chameleonic qualities of business names and attributes produced by the Americas Group, the court recognizes that any order of preclusion aiming to guard against abusive litigation practices of these individuals would be effective, enforcement-wise, only if it is set forth in flexible terms, allowing the clerk's office, personnel, and or judges in his district a swift check as to the applicability of such orders of preclusion to the cases that would be commenced in the future. So basically what's going on here, by these Moors flooding, I'm talking about flooding, as they say, at the speed of light. The courts are saying at the speed of light, these Moors from whatever groups, whatever factions, they are flooding the courts with delusional filings that have no basis. This is a problem. Over the years, right, I've worked with numerous people, filing different documents for themselves, and they are being asked if they are BIE, meaning a Black identity extremist, because that's what these Moors are known to be, Black identity extremists, okay, along with the Hebrews as well. Anyway, let's go back to this Constitution. So that's Samal Sharik. That's where we got the terminology from the Arna Constitution. Okay. Region 2, East Region, Sharik. Southeast Region, Hawab Sharik. Midwest Region, Wasat Maghrib. What is Wasat Maghrib? Let's look that one up. I have no idea. You know what I mean? This is not American. Oh, wow.
So these are just renamed places. They just made a name, created a name for it, and said, this is what we're going to start calling it. And that's what they put on their papers.
Pretty much, yeah. And so reading this right here, it says times, prayer times, Saudi Arabia, al-Wasat prayer times. So this Wasat terminology deals with a prayer time. That's what it deals with, okay? And so how are they applying Midwest region to a prayer time? Do you see how incredibly what's the word I'm looking for? This is like imbecilic. Yes, it's so. What'd you say?
I wanted to ask you. You said that is the name because it says Midwest region is Wasat Mega Rib. So the Mega Rib or the Wasat refers to what did you just say? I seen you post something up, but what did you say that the Wasat means?
Prayer time
So prayer time,
in Islam.
but they're putting the Islamic prayer time to a place and naming it. Okay, I'm just trying to follow.
And Maghrib. Let's look up Maghrib. Let's see what this is. Maghrib. Maghrib prayer time. Both references deal with an Islamic prayer.
Wow.
The Maghrib prayer. Okay.
I don't even understand
Both
that.
terms. Neither do I. And neither does the courts.
Midwest region prayer. So basically it says Midwest region, prayer time. Shaka who? Shaka who? What is the Shaka who?
I don't know. I don't know. Like
You
run a
look for
Google search on
something
it, and it's like, okay, so this is some kind. Yeah, look. It says region Maghreb. So this is some kind of Persian dish. Where is Maghreb at? Okay, look at that. It's Arabic. This term pertains to an Islamic or Muslim Arabic dish. Okay, so it says here Maghreb, Arabic. So Maghreb means west.
Okay.
So bordering the Mediterranean Sea, the Africa Minor of the ancients. It at one time included Moorish Spain and now comprises essentially the Atlas Mountains and the coastal plain of Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya. That has nothing to do with America. Whoa. Star Strike says something interesting here. Recorded a land patent, and the clerk of the court tried to put me in that box. That's when I had to pull out the tomahawk. There we go. See, and that's what I'm saying.
Tried to put you in what box, bro?
As a BIE. As a Moor.
Okay.
Yeah, when our people, because due to the behavior of the Moors, these Hebrews and whatever black fanatics, these BIEs, black identity extremists, right? Because of all of their frivolous filings and this, that, and the other, they have made it difficult for our American people to handle a lot of legal business.
Correct.
For filings, things of this nature. This ties into
because now they're looking at you. Right, they're looking at you as this is all anybody that comes with as an Indian American sovereign, whatever they want to call it, nationalist. They automatically say, "Oh, this is more."
That's right.
This is more. This is more behavior. They put everything under their behavior.
Yeah, and they hijacked the terminology, the language of Aboriginal, as well as Indigenous, Autochthonous, etc. They have literally hijacked names that pertain to our American people. Things which apply to us, they have taken it for themselves. All right. So now continuing here, central region was Sat. Once again, that's prayer, right? Continuing now, southern region, Hawab. Then they have parentheses, Choctaw, Shabta. What's Shabta? What's that? What's the Shabta? What is this? Oh, that pertains immediately to the Washita, the Mound Yah. Washita dug the Mound Yah. Yeah, which is an African American group associated with the Moorish Sign Symbol of America. You see, this is American ethnocide that's been taking place here, and we have this character over here who's actively invested in it. He's actively invested in this, right? Let's go back to their constitution. West-Northwest region, Maghreb, being associated to the Hopi, the Zuni. And then they're going to put this name on here, Sane. That's foreign. Hopi and Zuni, that's indigenous to America, has nothing to do with no Maghreb. All right? So now this is where it gets funky. Like, I really want you all to observe the level of ego, right? So he says here in their constitution, each of the 8 regions will be governed by 5 regional ministers: prime minister, secretarial minister, intelligence and defense minister, minister for Department of Internal Operations, regional chief minister. Okay, continuing now. The 40 ministers of the 8 regions are governed. Listen, y'all, this is key here. The 40 ministers of the 8 regions are governed by the chief executive / the Aboriginal chief king. Chief executive officer of civil and military command, supreme executive authority / commander-in-chief, Amaru, Nama, Taga, Shi, Ali, Dr. Ali Muhammad, and successors. Do you see what's going on here? This dude has just elected himself to be the chief king for Aboriginals, renaming our American territories, dividing them up. Do you all see how this is problematic, disrespectful, is blasphemous to our people? You know what I'm saying? How would you feel if somebody came in and renamed your daughter? If somebody came into your home and changed the name of your home, like let's say you call your home whatever you call it, right? And then some random foreigner under foreign indoctrinations and propagandas and theologies and ideology, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever influence, right? They come into your home, right? And then now they just renamed your home. They renamed your daughters and sons. They renamed you. And now they're telling you that they're your, pardon me, they are your chief. They are your commander-in-chief. They are your chief king, supreme executive authority. I mean, what do you think about that? Because this is what this guy's done. This is what he's done.
A self-appointed chief is what it sounds like, huh? The same thing that they did when they came over and they started colonizing and setting up the reservation. They had the self-appointed chiefs with 50 or more people.
That's right. Completely against, our natural culture, our natural customs as Americans. It's bad enough that our youth have been deceived. It's bad enough that our American youth have been prevented from knowing what is theirs, including their identity, their land, et cetera, via, the foreign education system. But here we have, because everybody's not looking for this guy, nor these organizations. However, once again, 75% of their members are incarcerated. Lacono Empire, how you doing? Suzanne Thompson is not a chief in Louisiana. Say she is Shasta, or is it Chata? So, generally, Chata is the proper pronunciation. Now, of course, dialect, it varies between our people. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Oh wow, the Lacono Empire. You said YouTube removed the video we did on population control. Of course they would. Of course they would. YouTube is owned by eugenicists. Absolutely they would. Eugenicists don't want people that's being impacted by population control discussing population control. They don't. Why would they want to? Of course they would. Look, it's unfortunate, absolutely, but guess what? That means do it again. You feel me? We definitely gotta, we gotta stay on these subject matters here. It's imperative. These clowns here, they're not talking about population control. What they're talking about is a whole lot of Moorish nonsense. So let me go to show you all, right? So I ran a search of this document. This is their constitution once again, right? So I ran a search for more. Okay. It's going to take us right to it. So look, Oh my goodness. It says here, no Aboriginal man will be dependent upon an Aboriginal woman for sustenance. This is a violation of our natural and common law code as Aboriginal Americans of Moorish descent. You see this? All laws of Aboriginals - Moors, the natural laws of the universe, are in full effect. Yeah, in Rain. How you doing? Appreciate your presence. We are the only ones they're trying to exactly. We're the only ones that are trying to depopulate. Absolutely. And so here it is. This is a form of population control right here too, where here it is. We have people that claim to be Africans, right? They claim to be Africans because Moors are Africans by default. Like there's no debate about that. Absolutely zero debate about Moor being an African. I showed y'all last week. Again, it is what it is. Now they're over here. They're not in Africa claiming to be Aboriginal. No, they are here claiming to be Aboriginal Moors. So Aboriginal Africans present in North America, and they are flooding the courts with propaganda, with frivolous filings and all types of delusional documents or what have you. I mean, it's incredible when you really see what's happening. You're like, yo, you can't be serious. But they are absolutely serious. Like they are actively full-time invested in all of this, making their rounds throughout social media with all of this, right? Sister Soul. Yes, Sister Soul, you here?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, can you check the private chat? Let me know if that video is still there. It should be right there.
No, maybe because I came up a little bit late. Can you put it back in there?
Okay, I'll go ahead and repost it in the back. Yes, I'm doing it right now. Can you pull up this video, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much. So yeah. This here is just another PSA, if you will, in regards to what's taking place against our people. All right, where it's one thing for people to social media, saying whatever, but it's a whole nother thing where we have people flooding the courts, actively exploiting our people and causing our people to be discredited and things of this nature. So I'm putting it on Sister Soul screen right now. Here we go.
Recently, I had the opportunity to speak at the annual Black History program in the, quote, wealthiest Black county in America, unquote. While speaking, I quoted some of our scholars and freedom fighters. One of the people I quoted was Ali Muhammad. I could have chosen any of the half-dozen people that I've heard say the same thing about the description of pre-Columbian Americans. Ali Muhammad was not the originator of the information. He simply quoted someone else as others have done. A few days after I spoke, someone asked me if I could share my sources. He wanted to know who this Ali Muhammad was in particular. Well, I understood then that when he researched Dr. Muhammad, he would try to discredit the information based on his disdain for people that appeared to be Muslim. Knowing this, I told him that if he wanted to check my sources, he should begin with Dr. John Henrik Clarke, who I also quoted, not Ali Muhammad. About a week or two after I spoke, I learned of the evidence against Dr. Muhammad that he had a, quote, fraudulent degree. That made me reflect not so much on Ali Muhammad, but on this society's obsession with the white man's paperwork validation. Even while speaking, I was guilty of quoting these doctors so that the audience would be more apt to accept the information I shared with them. Those of us that are conscious are fully aware of the people's inordinate respect for the white man's paperwork validation. Whatever the category, none can be an expert unless the white man has put his stamp of approval on the scholarship or research. Well, I respect knowledge and truth even if I happen to have issues with a person's lifestyle or views. My years of unapologetic support of King Noble, even when it wasn't, and, to some, still isn't popular to agree with him on any topic, will verify my respect for truth over societal approval. I quoted Ali Muhammad because what he stated about the description of pre-Columbian Americans was accurate and true. The white man is not qualified to grant degrees in most subjects based on his mismanagement of everything he, apparently, has authority over. If Ali Muhammad, or anyone else, makes an accurate statement, the truth stands with or without the white man's paperwork validation. If he, or anyone else, makes an inaccurate statement, the lie will fall with or without the white man's paperwork validation. This article was written by Daku Akabo wa Akatsu.
Right, cool.
I think you muted, Tony.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's
That
all good.
remind me of that
So
dude.
yeah, so say that again.
I said that remind me of the guy, the one that be talking about old Florida. They call him Dr. Longo. He's like, well, I don't have a degree, but I'm a self-noted doctor.
That's right. So ago, it came out that he had literally paid for a fake PhD certificate from, I believe it was Albany State University. That came out some years ago. Since then, been parading on some circus that he is a doctor, quote unquote. So I just dropped another link from Morris World TV as well, in case you all want to pull it up at your convenience. But this guy, numerous people have, shared their perspective. Some people have characters, and so basically, what the purpose of this is, once again, this is for awareness. We have to be aware of what's going on against our American people. They are trying to insert themselves into your life. All right. So hold on. We got E-Rock. E-Rock, appreciate your presence. How you doing? I'm gonna pull that up in one moment. E-Rock says he an agent, and Sonetta has elected him to be the spokesman on his channel as a speaker for Aboriginal. Asked about DNA, they do not mention that the last they do not mention that the test they don't mention that the test is flawed, right? That it's for entertainment purposes, okay, and continuation, entertainment purposes only. That's right. I'm gonna do another presentation on genetics industry is all based purely, it has no value outside of entertainment purposes. Meanwhile, they're selling it in regards to do what it do. So let's go and get into this Morris World TV video. Thank you, Siso, for fighting this real quick. Oh wow, he says that he is the second biggest fraud in the conscious community. That's incredible. Just when you
Come on, man. Variations of the same thought. You won't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine true violation. People refuse to admit it. He prefers. I don't even want to do my intro, man. I don't even want to do my intro, man. I ain't in the mood for my intro. I ain't in the mood for my intro. Those that come in late gonna have to get it late, family. Let me say this. I want to thank all of y'all. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. Let me stop for a minute and say that. Let me first give a message to Ali Muhammad. Ali, let's be serious. You know, and I know that you're not a tough guy. And anybody that know you from the early 2000s also know you're not a tough guy. Let's get that out the way real fast. Everybody that know you are looking at you like you're crazy as you invite me to a boxing match because they know that you're not a tough guy. Now, the new people that have come to follow you within the last few years, they might believe you. But anybody that knows you, know you're not a tough guy. When you walked in on the brother with your baby mother, you ran, you cried, you shot in the air, and then you beat your baby mother up later. People that know you personally and have worked with you, they know you're not a tough guy. They know you're not. So stop it. You know that I know that you're
can
bluffing.
you pause that right there, please?
When I walk, listen, you did a whole bunch of videos about Prophet over Drew Ali.
Yeah, hey, so I do recall a few years ago, so I don't know if you saw this and everyone in the chat, I don't know if you saw it, right? But I do recall via Instagram, maybe last year or the year before. Yeah, matter of fact, it was last year. Yeah. It was said that Ali Muhammad beat up some female, right? Now, what's crazy is some of the people via social media that presented that information, once again, they put my name in association with this clown.
Really?
Again,
on this show?
No, not on this show. No, this is on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was via Instagram last year. This just reminded me. They put my name, they put my brands in association with this Ali Muhammad weirdo. All right. They have evidence pertaining to him and his abuses. For myself, there is no evidence because I haven't done anything. But this is the filth that's present against our American people, though. I just want to point that out to you all, that this guy, he does really have these type of charges against him for domestic violence and abuse against women. So let's be real clear about that. And this guy is a self-proclaimed, what do you call himself here? Let me just run that back real quick, page 35. He is the Aboriginal Chief King, Chief Executive Officer of Civil and Military Command, Supreme Executive Authority, Commander-in-Chief, blah, 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 right? And this is what he's doing in real life. He really beat up a woman, apparently. Now, I don't know the charges. I didn't see the paperwork. I haven't even looked for the paperwork. Apparently, Morris will be on mute again, Sister Soul. You continue with this. And feel free to jump in.
I walked up on you and approached you at a Side Nutters event. You know and I know that you didn't want no smoke when I was in your face. But let's keep that between me and you. See, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to talk about too much. I do play the YouTube game. I'm not going to talk about too much right here. Because if it goes down, I don't need this video to be presented as evidence. So I'm going to leave that right there. But you know and I know. You know and I know. And everybody that knows you know you're not built like that. So I don't know where you get this tough persona from. I don't know. It behooves me. Now, in the heat of the moment, I must be honest, I've almost fed right into it. And then I thought about it. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold up. Everybody who knows him would see this and be like, where this tough guy come from? So people that don't know you, They believe it. It sounds good. Let me tell you the difference. People that know me, they know I won't do a whole bunch of talking. I'll just walk up and then it is what it is. People that know me know this. Ask Sinetta. People that know me know this. So I don't have nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? But you're not a tough guy. You're not.
Hey, Sister Soul, can you fast forward? Let's get to like the middle
That
towards the
being
end of the video.
Yes.
Let's.
With that being said,
Let's
look
get
at the stats, Mr. Marcus.
I believe everybody has the point
look
here.
At the stat. You played in 1995.
I want to get because I have court cases that relates to those charges. Here we go. Thank you.
White supremacist guys that do this fake Moorish stuff. What they do is they tell you that you don't have to pay taxes, and you don't have to pay property taxes on your home or whatever the case may be. And what happens is, ultimately, you lose your home. Phil Valentine, it's my understanding, that he ultimately lost his home messing with this stuff. He lost his home messing with this stuff because they tell you that you ain't got to pay taxes. And when them people come, this fake paperwork can't save you. You can scream, you can snot, you can kick. But he's talking about PrEP, state form for non-tax liability. This is the one that really gets you jammed up. And this is how Ali has sent a lot of people to prison or to jail. At least 16 that I know. I ain't stopped yet. I ain't stopping yet. Now, hold up. Now, here we go. He also, what is this? He also is going to sell you a baptismal certificate. He's going to sell you that for $40, but it's on sale this week for $25 if you want to be baptized as an Aboriginal. But remember, he's a Muslim. He's supposed to be a Muslim. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Remember that? He's going to sell you a baptismal certificate. Baptismal is relative to Christianity in the sense of what he's talking about. Now listen, here's the scam. He's going to sell you a baptismal certificate. Just like the church do. He's going to baptize you.
Pause that right there for me, please.
To be an Aboriginal.
Man.
He's going to
not a baptized Aboriginal.
What he just shared right there.
That's crazy.
Yes, say that again, please.
I said not a baptized Aboriginal. Is that what he just said, brother? He said a baptismal paper, a certificate, a baptism, the same shit these freaking idiots did when they brought these immigrants over here. Now that part I'm
hold on. Let me just give some context to this, right? So the George World TV, right? Yo, and a lot about it because like you said, I'm glad he kept this video up. I'm glad he kept it clean for evidence, right? Because this is good evidence. This is a year old. I'll put the link in the chat already. Yo, check it out, man. For the world 2C Media, appreciate your presence. Sure, you know. Also, to the good people that shot a donation, thank you, much appreciation. You know who you are. Sent you a message. I don't know if you got the direct message, but yes, appreciate the donation and all of that. It's always going to a good place. You know what I mean? Like this got a lot of work to do out here. But anyway, he's a Muslim selling Christian documents. How incredible is that?
see, that make me think that make me think of the Moor shit, right? This is how the Moors are tied to the government, how they flag up all that because they are partnership with these people. So this is what the people literally had to do, brother, when come here in order to come to America. You had to be Christianized. You had to have your certificate of baptism. So I'm sitting here thinking like, wait a minute, what is he doing? And why is he having these people do these certificates? I'm come on, go ahead. Please go in, brother, because this right now is starting to really trip me out now. Go ahead.
Yo, I just put it in the chat. He's a Morisco. Now, to your point, Sister Soul. All right, so I showed last week and I showed previously as well. A Morisco is a Moor that was forced to convert to Christianity. Look up the term for yourself. That's synonymous with a Marrano. That's spelled Murrano, which is a Hebrew that was forced to convert to Christianity. You see how history, identity, and activity all ties in leading up to right now in 2023?
The craziness of it all.
Yeah. This is what I mean by ethnocide, Empress Freedom Feather. Yes. How in the hell you get baptized in being Aboriginal? Yeah. This is the insanity. I mean, in the court document, it said it's illusory. Illusory is another term for delusional. It's an illusion. Smoke and mirrors, as the court document said. Let me see if I can show you that court document again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show that when we conclude this video here. It's a little bit left in there. We're not going to run through it all, but I would definitely encourage you check out the dude Moore's World TV's video on his character, quote unquote Ali Muhammad, quote unquote the supreme chief of he's the Aboriginal chief king, quote unquote, and according to the Arna Constitution I showed y'all earlier, right? Do you see that this is ethnocide? This is against our American people. He is an example of a black identity extremist in the purest form, coming from a quote unquote intellectual capacity, playing on the minds of the people. I want to know what school did he really go to? Did he go to one of those CIA funded HBCUs? I'm gonna have to call around. I'm gonna have to ask some people, man, because this is really incredible. Like, yo, the dude Moore's World TV just brought up a great goddamn album, right? And you're selling Christian paperwork, certificate baptism.
When I say that's the wildest of the wildest shit,
how
brother,
are you a Muslim / Moor that's selling? It's a Morisco behavior, right? But next to that, how are you claiming to be Aboriginal? Foreigners for over 800 years. Over 800 years, the world where they come from. How can they be Aboriginal? Their Moors are homeless by definition. They left their countries of origin long time ago. They was forced to convert to Christianity under penalty that they were being slaughtered in Europe. This is between the 12 and 15. It's gruesome how the Europeans retaliated. Like over the age 6, this is the period of what they call the Dark Ages. They withhold this information because it's easy to exploit us, manipulate us to support their agendas and their interests, so on and so forth. By us having this solid foundation of information, right? Knowing our true American identities. 1, 2, knowing that this is our land. 3, knowing that we are the government here. Knowing that we are the law enforcement here. Knowing that these are our resources, and therefore we are the ones to dictate who do to our people. We have a role in all of this, not them. Making their Moors, they got kicked out of America thousands of years ago, which ain't true. Moors wasn't in America thousands of years ago to get kicked out. Michael, absolutely right there. Sister Soul, let's continue. I'm
going to baptize you to be an Aboriginal. No, this bottom picture is not his website. Let me say, the picture with the European is not his website. I'm just showing an example. The one before that is his website. This come off his website. Home, document, redo, Aboriginal baptismal record. To document, custodian of Aboriginal baptismal record of live birth, Aboriginal baptismal record of live birth. I'm showing you as an example that is no difference. I'm telling you that is no different. It's no different than what these Europeans do. I'm telling you, this guy is a fraud. And when I show you in a minute, you might agree with me that he might be them peoples. This is why he was so nervous tonight. This is why he was so nervous tonight. So he also got a book of healing thyself for $400, and he have yet to show you the receipt. He have yet to show you the receipt. He have yet to show you the degree. But he sell a book for $400. But he sell you a book for $400. But he sell you he can't even prove, show the degree. He can't even prove that he's a doctor. But he's going to sell you a book for $400, and he's going to sell you some baking soda for $80 with some vinegar.
No, he ain't say baking soda and vinegar.
All right. Now here go the good part. All of this stuff that he's selling, even to renew your ID.
Yo, so hold on, pause it. Yo, thank you for jumping in right there, because I never watched this video before till right now, right?
It's crazy. This shit
you
crazy,
see
bro.
the games against our American people. These are the games of these black opera people, man. Yo, E-Rock, much appreciation. That's right. Stop the genocide. Stop the ethnocide too. We got to stop the genocide against our American people. We got to stop the ecocide against our American land. And we got to stop the ethnocide against our people. Brandon Rogers said, I think he went to Temple University of Philly. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to holler at my peoples, man, because yo, I'm over here like, yo, how's he getting away with this? Like, seriously, how is this character getting away with all out fraud, man?
So he been out. What it seemed like now, like me, right? Remember, I'm kind of new, fairly new to the community compared to a lot of people, brother. So to people like me, it's like he just popped up on the scene. But to people that's been around, y'all are familiar or at least know something about him, especially with all this other stuff the brother's showing. I'm looking like, what the hell? So somebody that's newer to the scene like me, we wouldn't be aware of all of this other stuff. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, man. And see, and that's what I sense the agenda is, the fact that he's representing himself.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He's revamping himself to the newer people in the community.
That's right. This is exactly what's going on here. Last year came out that he's abusive towards women, right? Towards whatever woman that, you know, as we just heard, he beat up a woman last year, right? Now this year, approximately back as though, as E-Rock said earlier, Sanetta's presenting him as though he's going to be the speaker for Aboriginal people or something like that. I mean, this is incredible. And once again, this is ethnocide. And pay attention to something also, how these Black identity extremists work together, support each other, assist in various forms of corruption, fraud, scams, etc.
Right.
I really
Because Sinetta goes against
for
the
our
Aboriginal community
American people.
things. His people do. And now he's got a person that's going to actually represent it. Why don't you have somebody to represent it that's been coming, to bring information to your panel? So here this guy, because you see he has these hidden agendas, I guess is what it seems like. Now he can accept him to come in and preach half information is what it sounds like. And keep the people confused.
Well, I'll put it like this. To your point, you're absolutely correct about that. Now, I would add this to that equation, right? Is it possible they're members of the same brotherhood or fraternity?
They possibly
You see what
could
I'm
be.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm not a member. You know what I'm saying? I have no oaths. I swore no oaths. I have no contracts with none of these foreigners. All right. You see, if it's not our American people, I'm not getting the ocean. Yo, these characters, they receive promotion. I told y'all last week how one of the peoples told me a couple years ago, YouTubers, quote unquote, black YouTubers are being paid $2,000 a month. That was a couple years ago. They might have increased the rate now. But a couple years ago, $2,000 a month to push black propaganda on YouTube and social media and all of that. Does that also come with paying YouTube to promote their videos? Because I just sent Sister Soul a video, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. You have a YouTuber that already has over 1 million subscribers, right? Organically, they was doing hundreds of thousands of views organically, right? Then YouTube limited their channel to where they're only doing upwards of 1,000 because YouTube want YouTubers or people that use YouTube to pay for views. That is censorship. But we can get back to this video. Thank you, Sister Soul. I just want to make sure I'm not bugging because this is incredible to me. Like, and
yeah,
it
is. I'm bugging
that
out
we
too.
have people. Yeah, we got people being deceived, being scammed. Fraud is being committed against the people. People are losing. Like he just said, Dr. Phil Valentine lost his house due to this type of paperwork. How many other people that are not as known? I mean, we got real people out here that's looking for real remedy, willing to pay for services, consultations, assistance, and then here it is, you lose your whole property, you lose whatever. Many
because they want to go with
over the years.
With these quick fixes, brother, these people that they put up as idols that know this, or this is so great and this person's so great. They don't entrust in the people that really try to bring them out of it. They had this faith in these people that are putting this big dream in front of them instead of showing them the facts and the reality and how they, come into their real truth. The shit is crazy. They know what they're doing. It's just like a new Jesus syndrome, brother. They looking like the saviors to these people. They want to be their savior. Let me bring you out of the water. Like, shit, what? Yeah, it's crazy.
What's that terminology? YouTube is flooded with charlatans, and these charlatans are receiving assistance from other charlatans. So pretty much what I'm saying here, we're literally dealing with organized crime via YouTube. This is digital organized crime in a whole other segment right here. But anyway, so please continue. I'm gonna be on mute again.
Point with that. He's selling all of this fraud. Now, y'all remember, I hope you stayed tuned in the beginning. Y'all remember in the beginning when I say, who do you know Ali as? And you said Marcus Counts. Do y'all remember that? Press 1. If y'all remember that somebody typed in there that his name was Marcus Counts. Press 1. And remember, he's supposed to play for Temple University. Well, here's the stats. Here is the stats. Let's look at the stats, Mr. Marcus Counts. Let's look at the stats. You played in 1995. That's consistent what you said to that's consistent what you said to Sinetta. And I wish I could have found the sound bite, but I couldn't. There was too many videos. But anybody remember? Everybody been watching this for years, and that's the good thing about it. That's the good thing about it, that people have been watching this for years. So 95, Marcus Counts. Let's look at Marcus Counts. Marcus. Y'all remember this picture right here? And this is not him. Y'all remember this picture right here that he showed? And he showed this on Sinetta TV and said that he was in Temple University and he played football. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Press 1 if you remember when he showed this. This was years ago. Now, this degree is 1998, as you can see. I got on the top. So this is the picture that he showed, right? Now, I'm going to show you. This was what he showed right here. You see the timestamp right there.
Is that him?
This is what he showed. Now I'm going to show you the real Marcus Counts with the number 8. This is the real Marcus Counts. This is the real Marcus Counts. That's not Ali Muhammad.
Oh, wow.
Go look it up. Google Marcus Counts, Temple University, right now. Google it. Google it. Whoa. I implore you to Google it.
Hey, Sister Soul, please mute that.
Wait, I had to
pause it. My bad.
Yeah, it's paused, bro. I was about to pause him already. Listen, when this dude said he put the picture up of him, and now he done used his name, right? He must have found somebody that had his name, that had these certain credentials of this, was at the school, da. Oh, he got the same name as me, so I'm gonna push that off. That's what it sounded like. Am I tripping, or did he literally just make this character up?
No, you're not tripping, but he did make a character for himself. This is impersonation. And in the title of that video, did he steal someone's identity? Based on what we just saw here, yes, he did. So, oh my goodness, yo. Like, identity theft.
So he found somebody with his name, or is that his name, though, brother, is what I'm saying. What I'm asking you, is his name Marcus Counts as well? And then he took the other Marcus Count identity and said, hey, all these credentials are of me, but it's actually of a Marcus Count, but it's not you. Or did he just make up the name and say, my name is Marcus Count? See what I'm asking?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I honestly don't know. When you look up the name, as I showed earlier, he has a series of Abdul Muhammad's as well as this Marcus Count's name associated to him. So I really don't know the order. I don't know if his birth name is Marcus Counts. And then he changed his name to Abdul Ali Muhammad. And then now he's going by Ali Muhammad. Now he's going by Amaru G Muhammad or what. Yo, this is confusing here. And this is what I mean, right? Once again, that was the Mama Chief. She sent that book over. She introduced to that book, The Princess and the Prophet, about this character going by the name of quote unquote Noble Jew Ali. His birth name is Walter Brister Jr. He was a child star as a circus performer. Performed alongside Shirley Temple back in the day, early 1900s, coming out the late 1800s, right? Anyway, he faked his death and assumed the name of his adopted brother. This adopted brother was adopted by Miss Brister when Miss Brister remarried. And her husband's last name was Drew during that remarriage, right? That adopted boy name was Thomas Drew. Fast forward, Walter Brister, he faked his death and then assumed the name of Timothy Drew. And it's been history since then, dealing with these Noble Drew Ali's and the MSTA, etc. So basically what I'm saying here is this guy has been trained in identity theft and as well as impersonation. I mean, this is operative behavior.
That's crazy.
Operatives have no problem changing their identity. If we look at these pictures of the guy, right? I'm gonna show the pictures again. And as soon as we finish this video, I'm gonna show these pictures again. You're gonna see him with different appearances, different costumes, I call them. But let's continue though, Sister Soul. This is incredible.
This is Marcus Counts. This is not Ali Muhammad. Game over. That's not Ali Muhammad. Google it. Google it. He never went to temple. He never played football. He's an agent. And he's been in the community to cause disruption for over 10 years. And this why I won't take a trip down to Atlanta, because you probably have the people in flak jackets in the bushes. Anybody Google it yet? Should I Google it for you? Should I Google it for you? Google it. Marcus Counts Temple University. So I'm supposed to take a trip to Atlanta? Let me show you something, family. He's so crazy that he actually, Marcus Counts' number is number 8. He actually wore a number 8 jersey. You see?
Now, somebody in the chat,
the real Marcus,
the brother in the chat put, he went to Temple University in Philly. Now, is there a Temple University in Philly that he possibly did go to, and there's just 2 Temple Universities that Marcus Counts went to? Because wait a minute, why he say he was? Let me look that up while we finish playing this. I'm just going to look and see if I see a Temple University.
Well, if you can fast forward towards the conclusion. Let's say like the last 5 minutes. Let's see what he's talking about there. But yeah, feel free to look it up.
He got somebody up there for the last.
This is incredible.
He got somebody up there for the last.
See what they're talking about.
And that's the thing. That's what I said about the bicarbonate.
Cool. Let's see what he's talking
about. If one used that, although it could seem innocent, if one used that and use it in the wrong way or use it too much, they have no recourse. Because this guy is a fraud. They have no recourse. Like, how do you bounce back, you know what I'm saying, for buying something that somebody made in their kitchen? How you attack that? And just like the brothers from Chicago, who he robbed for all that money, he just jumped from state to state. He don't answer the what is it? When they send a letter to the house?
Subpoena?
The subpoena. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. And he jumped from, this is the same thing Polite do. He never have a stable address.
Yeah. You know, and also I researched Marcus Counts years ago when I was on Ali Muhammad. I couldn't find him being no Marcus Counts. I just couldn't find it. And the thing about it is all these fake health gurus who are selling all this stuff, you know what they do? They pay Sinetter, and then Sinetter puts them on the channel to promote the fraud to the people. And Sinetter is he's like the conduit.
There we go.
For all health frauds.
What you say, Tony?
No, I think we got it. Yeah, and like the guy just said right there, Sinetter is a conduit for the fraud to be further perpetuated against the innocent people out there. You know, people want to support, but how? Huh?
No, I'm just saying it's all types too. It's not just about it one particular thing. It's like he pushed all kind of fraudulent stuff, and it just be crazy. But yeah,
I mean, yo, it's very unfortunate that, after our youth is demoralized throughout the public full education system, right? Because they teach pure foolishness. It's flooded with ethnocide information, etc. And anyway, you go through grade school, go to college. Now that's if you go to college, and you get more foolishness, right? Nothing that you can use in the real world. And then as a adult, having to pay student loan debt if you went to college once again, all right? You're dealing with student loan debt. And mind you, student loan debt is illegal, okay? That's a whole other subject matter, but I'm just going to put that out there. I have plenty of information about it. Just contact me, and yeah, I'll help you remove any student loan debt, all right? Continuing. Now you're a working adult, and, you might have, daughters and sons, be in a relationship or whatever the case may be, right? You're dealing with real world issues, right? Real world situations in life, right? And then, you want to know about your heritage and things of this nature. And then so you go to the Sonnetter, House of Conscience, or whatever this thing is, right? And now you're being introduced to these identity thieves and these fraudulent characters that are not giving you full disclosure. They're playing with your identity. They're playing with your spirituality. They're playing with your heritage, and they're playing with your resources. Because they spoke so well, you're like, oh, let me go ahead and donate some money to them. Let me go ahead and, I need that information right there. I need an Aboriginal baptism certificate, right? And then you learn that none of this stuff works. Some people, as you mentioned earlier, lose their homes. I mean, this is incredible. And the reason why I am sharing this information, once again, this is for awareness purposes. Our youth deserve a better experience. In order for that experience to happen, that better experience to happen, it requires an investment. So this video here, this is an investment into the natural intelligence of our people to reinforce work that, Morris World TV has already done. He already did this video a year ago. However, we have this character. He's bounced back from last year, being promoted again to promote more fraud, more deception. And once again, that is operative, was also known as agent behavior. That's what's going on here. So what do you think about all of this? This is type crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm just like amazed because it's crazy how man, you got to just be careful in this community. You don't know, who's actually doing what. All these people out here be following these different people, and they're just stagnating them. That's all I can say. They stagnate them, and it's sad that this is what they're doing when our ancestors been through so much stuff. It's just sick.
Yo, it's taken away from the work that we got to do out here on so many levels. Like it's completely, this is colonist behavior. All of this here. I mean, we had, you had the American Revolutionary War, right? Where the colonists were, quote unquote, fighting against the British, right? Remember, our American nations had treaties with the British. And meanwhile, these European exiles, they got together to fight the British. Those same colonists, they played dress up as an Indian when they went on those ships and burnt up those ships. And so whatever British personnel that was present at that time, they're reporting back to their leadership, their authority, and they're saying, yeah, we was attacked by Indians. You see? And that's happened repeatedly throughout history, on up to right now, where we have these people claiming to be Aboriginal with a whole Islamic name, with their whole constitution being flooded with African and Middle Eastern territory names and the name of a prayer. This Wasad Maghrib, that's prayer time for those Arabs. That is nothing. None of this has anything to do with our American nations, territories, our American nations, peoples, etc. Other than the fact that they are this guy, this character here, this operative here that goes by the name of Ali Muhammad, the supreme chief or whatever, the Aboriginal chief and king or what have you. This guy has already renamed our territories. Once again, that's colonist behavior, right? Now, I would like to show you all something else, right? So this here is Pacer Monitor. Let me put this link in the chat for you all. So this is dated case file January 12th, 2016, right? It says the plaintiff is We the Aboriginal Peoples Grand Jury and class action plebiscite of the Cherokee Choctaw She Amaru tribe and its International Indigenous Society versus Muhammad, meaning Ali Muhammad. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't put the whole link in there. Damn. How can I get? I'll try to update the description.
You did. It's just too long because I could see it, but it went down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that link should work, hopefully, if anyone's interested in pulling up this case here. So let me just go down to where it's interesting at, right? Right here. This filing is dated December 6, 2016. It says second amended petition and action in Quo Warrento demanding Ali Muhammad, aka Marcus Counts, and this other Muhammad character, show Quo Warrento that they and unknown accomplices have to usurp any offices or positions in the International Society of Indigenous Sovereigns / Aboriginal Republic of North America. Usurp, they was accused. This legal document is about them usurping offices and positions within ARNA. Okay, that's Ali Muhammad's. He's supposed to be the Aboriginal chief and king, according to this constitution over here, right? Let me show you again. He's supposed to be the Aboriginal chief king. All right, back to this. The International Indigenous Society, all associated trusts with demand for them to reveal Quo Warrento. They have taken over $100,000 in funds from nationals, members, true beneficiaries with the Indigenous Land Investment Scheme. There was an Indigenous Land Investment Scheme, all right? So we're talking about usurpation and theft. Classes, books, and for identifications and not return paid for properties or said funds as per contract, as well as a complaint for removal of unlawful, unconstitutional attempted usurpers of the offices of the Prime Minister, President of the Ministry of Congress, CEO of the International Indigenous Society, and his unlawfully chosen cabinet, with return of all funds stolen by fraud, misrepresentation, misappropriation, or embezzlement of National Trust Association funds, with leave to either permanently remove the first filed petition or to seal it. Yo, this character here, once again, Marcus Counts, aka Ali Muhammad, whatever you want to call this guy. I don't even know what he calls himself for real. He's associated with fraud, theft, usurpation, identity theft. The list goes on. This is colonist, foreign colonist, invader, operative agent behavior. I mean, bottom line, this is incredible here. This is truly incredible. We have another case here. Let me drop the link for this one as well. Here it is right here. Here we go, right there. Let me drop that for you all. Feel free to review this information. Feel free to inform your peoples because, once again, this is about awareness here. Our youth are the target. Our elders, our people, generally speaking, are the target for corruption. Okay? Here we go right here. So this is filed January 22nd, 2016. Dr. quote-unquote Abdul Ali Muhammad. So this is his filing. It says here, continuing, head of state, Aboriginal Republic of North America, She Amaru Indigenous Government versus Florence Township Police Department, who's a defendant, right? He lists an address here in Pennsylvania. Let me just fast forward, because this case was dismissed. It says here, defendants have moved to dismiss plaintiff's complaint because he failed to properly serve them. He does not know proper legal procedure. and he wants to be Aboriginal Chief King for somebody. I don't know who's agreed for this character, this operative, to be their Aboriginal Chief King. But for anybody out there that has participated in any of this guy's activities, you may want to do your due diligence. You know what I mean? Simple Google search will get you far. Multiple people over the years have done videos and posts and etc. pertaining to this character. And once again, he has multiple names. All right. Now let me send you this link as well. And Sister Soul, feel free to jump in any time.
Okay, go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
Appreciate you. So that link I just put there, this is morelifesolutions.com/Arna. Okay. So they have a YouTube video here. They have their constitution there. The Indigenous Political Authority link and whatever other circus clown monkey shit they got going on, right? So let's just go ahead and look for the word more in here. Find more. Here it is, right here. There are 6 references to Moors in here. So I'm going to take it from the top right here. Let me zoom in. It says, what about the African slave trade? How do we know where our ancestors in Africa came from? Okay, this is on that website I just dropped the link to, right? It says, continuing, the history left in the treaty documents records records of the chroniclers of history of West African polycule. Okay, so they got people that don't know how to spell words, they don't even know how to use spell check, apparently. You know, this is not thorough, obviously, but these are their communications, right? Polycule, I'm assuming they're trying to communicate political states, and the records of the Christian political inquisition of the European states proves beyond reasonable doubt that Europeans, specifically the Dutch, British, French, Portuguese, and Spanish, allied with the African kingdoms of Waida, the Oyo Kingdom, Kingdom of the Dahomey, or the Home, I don't know how to say that, and other African kingdoms to unlawfully enslave our peoples. Whoa. So hold on. This is supposed to be the Aboriginal Republic of North America. They claim to be Aboriginal and indigenous to America. I'm showing you how they're renaming America with African names. Members of their organization have African names. And now they're saying here, unlawfully enslave our peoples who were predominantly Moors, indigenous Muslims of Africa. This is their language. I did not make this website here. This has nothing to do with Tomahawk Tony. All right? I dropped the link right there. See it for yourself. Continuing. Specifically, Great Britain and later the United States, who were at war with our historical political jurisdictions, entered many international agreements to end the wars. So-called slavery between the parties was ended by Treaty 1754 and 1786. Yet the Europeans and newly formed quote-unquote white Americans unlawfully and in violation of international agreements politically annihilated our ancestors and renamed them Negroes. How did they rename them Negroes when a Moor synonymous with Negro, Africans are synonymous with Negro? How did they rename? Like, there was no renaming of those Moors and Negroes. That didn't happen to them. That happened to American Indians. Continuing here, the Negroes are now called quote unquote African Americans. Whoa, this happened to American Indians. It didn't happen to no African. It didn't happen to a Moor. Continuing, they are the descendants of the oldest Aboriginal Americans and the Moors of West Africa. Do you see the ethnocide? Do you see the fraud that's taking place here? This is continued identity theft on a collective group scale now. I'm not going to continue reading all of this. This is incredible. And once again, they are targeting our people, especially our youth, with this madness. Our youth are the target. Once again, the Moorish Science Temple of America, 75% of their members are incarcerated. They're in prison for whatever crimes. They're recruiting our people via these prisons. I've referenced previously in past presentations if you observe the Malcolm X film and the Malcolm X story, he was recruited in prison. They have people within the prison serving life for whatever crimes, whether it's murder, whether it's rape, whether it's drugs or whatever. They converted to Islam. Now they become an imam, right? They become a preacher, an Islamic preacher, and they are, recruiting the youth that become incarcerated for whatever reasons, and then now they become a Muslim. If they get released, now they're participating in ethnocide against our American people. They return to their communities, and this is what's going on. Back in the 90s, they didn't have social media. Fast forward now, social media, and we see these characters are being flooded. Like throughout social media, it's flooded. We read earlier in this other court document how they are flooding damn near the speed of light. They're flooding the courts with frivolous filings, which is making it difficult for our American people to handle their legal business because, if you use certain language in your legal documents, indigenous, aboriginal, taughtiness, etc., the Moors have already used these terms in recent years, and they flooded the courts with these frivolous filings using names that apply to us. These are descriptions. These are adjectives that are associated with our Aboriginal American peoples, right? And now we're being labeled as a goddamn black identity extremist because of these characters. So yes, I just wanted to encourage awareness with this presentation today. Sister Soul,
definitely made me aware. Definitely made me aware of the understanding of a lot of stuff here, and thinking that people, I'm always like thinking that people are genuinely earnest. Like I know that there's agent behavior and all that stuff, but I was actually encouraged with the brother when I seen him on the Sinetta at first, right? I wasn't aware of him, obviously, but I'm like, I heard him say original, this, and that, so I'm like, okay, so he's at least on, this side of the fence, so I wanted to familiarize myself with him. Then he popped up on the bill the other day. I seen some of a lot of the people get up on there from the community, and I think just a few minutes of it. I didn't see that much of it. So I was definitely interested. And the information that the Moorish World guy, he goes in. That dude is so funny, but he be going in. The information he provided, I mean, it's just so much clarity in that. And then to find out that this guy isn't like somebody new that's just, popped up and, whatever. He's just somebody that's just revamped himself. And now he's coming back into the community after having all these mishaps spoken on about him. So it's just discouraging. I thought he was somebody that would have been, someone good in our community that could, push some good things. Hadn't had a chance to listen to him, but yeah, I'm just discouraged as usual with this community. It's disgusting.
Well, so to that point, Sister Soul, I'll say this, right? What I've done since I've been involved, early on, identify good people that are genuine, that are sincere. People like Safa Karu. Shout out to Safa Karu, Karuism. You got Historil, Chief Taregua. It's a massive list of good peoples. You know what I'm saying? That's been present over the years. We've had incredible women that know their heritage, that stand in their dignity and their truth and things of this nature, so on and so forth. Situation is, we have to preserve ourselves. And what I mean by that is, regardless of the demoralization tactics, regardless of the disinformation and misinformation campaigns, regardless of the defamation and the slander campaigns, etc., we have to discern. 1, 2, we have to identify people that deserve our attention, that deserve our trust, that deserves our energy. All right. This is why I've, made it a point over the years to speak against, individuals, these characters, these groups, etc., that contribute to the demoralization, that contribute to the reduction of quality, that contribute to the fraud, the scams, the corrupt behaviors. This is why I've done this over the years, because I value our American people, for one. For two, we have to be aware. I think to myself in my youth, right? I wish that some of the people that's present today were present then. All right, there were people, but you know, we didn't have social media. We had these people on the corner selling bean pies, selling newspapers, and this, that, and the other. We had these what you call those people, the Hebrews. We had the what they call themselves, the what's the name of them, the 5%ers and all that. We've had so many black organizations,
right.
Right, and they were in their youth. Many of these males and females within all these organizations, they were in their youth when they were indoctrinated. They didn't have the information then that we have now. Although it was available, the channels to access it wasn't easily available. All right. They had information coming out of the CIA-funded HBCUs. Everything pro-black and African, this, that, and the other. Ethnocide. Heavily funded then, going into now. And so the youth from then experience what they have. And so now that they're mature adults now, they've had these experiences. They've already experienced, you know, the discouragement, the disheartening, the demoralization, etc. Now, as adults now, that some of them have daughters and sons, grandchildren, etc. Yo, they have relationships with the people in their communities and all of that. They have relationships with people online, so on and so forth. Well, they're able to communicate to the youth. They're able to communicate to the youth in a way in which we wasn't able to back, you know, 40 years ago, 30 years ago even. It wasn't able to. Sharon Walker, appreciate your presence. Dee Dee, appreciate you as well. You already know. So, I understand, you know, feeling discouraged. And so, you know, to counter discouragement in that sense, we have to encourage each other. And that's what I'm doing. I'm encouraging our people to not only be aware, but to prepare yourselves, because they're not going to stop unless we stop them. Straight up. They have to be banned. The same way they want to censor us, they want to alter our narrative, and they want to make these crazy, ridiculous claims and this, that, and other. Yo, we have to censor them the same way that they're working to censor us.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to be long-winded, but yes, this is so definitely,
Just crazy. It's crazy, brother. Yeah. It's like, you know, we do need this information too, because we got to be privy to it. You know, if I wasn't aware, like I said, I was thinking, oh, this seemed like a pretty good guy. Just guy isn't doing anything he said, and then she showing me the emails. How I'm like, are you serious? Then I hear people and they tell me, no, this person's the bad guy. This person took my money and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. This person's basically cursing me out and being rude to me because I'm asking them about the service they're supposed to provide. I mean, the shit is sick. It's like every time I turn around, it's something very negative that I'm hearing in this community, or people are coming up with things that are being exposed to show who they are, and you know, you just get baffled. It's real sick. I'm so glad that I'm like, you know, minimizing my circle now just to not be a part of a lot of this nonsense. You know, I don't want to be labeled with fraudulent people. I don't want to be, you know, up building and stuff on channels and platforms where I'm trying to help my people, and then somebody working against me, but they acting like they're on my damn side. Don't do that. I just can't. You know, we just got to be aware, and we got to be conscious of what we're doing to help the people, and, you know, just focus on that, because obviously what other people doing may not be the plan at all.
Yo, Sister Soul, you're absolutely right. And you know, so, you know, when I did the A4 Pure situation a few years ago, right? You know, I'm gonna run it back soon, but anyway, my objective was for us to have a solid environment, a healthy, secure environment for us to communicate, to have access to the right people with the right information, all right, that can support, provide reinforcement for our American people throughout all these territories. Like for myself, I do not claim to know everything. The great people that I work with, they don't claim to know everything, but we're each skilled in the ways in which we are skilled. We have our attributes, we have our professions, so on and so forth, right? And so there needs to be a network, whereas, yes, for ourselves, yes, we need to know who is against us. Absolutely. Who's trying to insert themselves into our communications. Because that's what's happening here. They are inserting themselves into our communications, our activities, all right, without our consent. No, nobody agreed to this character being anybody's Aboriginal chief and king. Nobody I know agreed to that. No one agreed to what he put in his constitution. That's not our constitution. All right? No one has agreed to this. And this is outrageous that we have people that want to see things equality. They want to see righteous activities. They want to have a better experience out here. But meanwhile, this is what's going on. Exactly. Empress Freedom Feather. A ballot wasn't sent to my household to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is incredible here. So anyway, I don't want to be long-winded. Y'all appreciate y'all time and y'all presence. I'm about to close. So I gotta get back into some work. I gotta get with one of the peoples on some work real quick. Hopefully I didn't miss the time for them. None. I think I got like 30 minutes to get with them. So I gotta prepare. Sister Soul, did you want to close with anything?
Nah, brother. Just I appreciate you as always for bringing your truth. Let me be able to understand or understand and see. You know, I'm like you. I like to see the proof and the documents, and like it's so much stuff out here on these people. So we just have to research before we can just like, oh yeah, I like them. You know, because I was like, oh, I like this guy. I like the way he talked. You know, so I heard some of the stuff he said. I didn't hear him too much, but it's just real crazy. Yeah, me and sis, we never heard of this dude until he popped up on Sinetas. I'm looking like, who is this? You know, so yeah, we got to really just be careful, guys. We got to be discerning or discernful with what you're pulling in. All the information you pull in, a wave format of information is the brain mapping information that they want to continuously write on your mind. That is indoctrination, propagation, propaganda, and all of these things. So when you're listening to this stuff, this just is another bit of information to provide that shows you cannot just be listening to anything or hearing what people are saying. It's really a waste of your space and time. We don't even have time like that right now. We don't have time in the freaking day for no BS. I'm going to just say it like that. So to sit up and have people that propagate things that aren't beneficial to you, it's just like, man, we just got to be more careful. You know, that's all I'm going to say, brother, in closing. Peace to the chat. Much love and appreciation. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and make sure that you are standing in your truth and walking in the facts. That's about it.
Absolutely. And Rain, what you say here? Much love to y'all. It's a lot of younger people that see what y'all talking about. Don't feel discouraged ever. Yeah. And so, you know, once again, you know, as adults, we have elders present, so on and so forth, right? It is imperative that we invest in our youth at a greater rate than the eugenicists have. The eugenicists, they created the Negro Project. As far as I'm concerned, this character, he is example of counterintelligence program operational behavior. Okay, he was called an agent by a Moor. When a Moor calls another Moor an agent, that's type crazy. You know what I'm saying? Continuing, this guy, he's a whole Negro Project operative, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So anyway, once again, I appreciate y'all. Stay healthy, stay strong, inform the youth. Let the youth know they have to be on point out here on so many levels. The youth, they have access to so much information. They see so many people, so on and so forth. Let the youth know their heritage. Let the youth know that they're strong, that they're healthy, that they come from a strong and a healthy land, all of that. Seriously, we have to secure our youth, because if we don't do it, damn sure these foreigners ain't going to do it. They're going to secure the youth to be against us and ultimately against themselves and the future of our people. Once again, I showed y'all past presentations, the foreigners, they documented. They want to annihilate, exterminate, and make our American people extinct. That is in their literature. not mine. I didn't write those books. I don't come from those foreign factions serving foreign nations, so on and so forth. I'm not a foreign exile. I did not descend from those type of people, if you will. Nah. I come from a strong line, pure blood American Indians. And we have to secure ourselves. This is ongoing colonization, ethnocide, ecocide, genocide. So I'm gonna conclude right now. Appreciate y'all time and y'all presence. Run my intros as outros as always. Cowboy season is over. Scout season is on. Y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay strong. Sister Soul, I'm gonna give it to you real soon. Appreciate you as always.
All right, brother. Peace and love. Peace and love to the chat. Till next time.
No doubt. Give it to you soon.
All right, bro.
Abanki Palami, Igbi, Atak, Intikba, Atak Shanspo, Maliki Okla, Okcha, Abahanta, Chatayakni, Anli, Yukpali, Ishkifa Nishkin, Oglush Enla, Abinili, Chata Atak Ishkafushi. Almighty Creator, ancestors, our American people, awake. This is divine sacred Chata land. Be faithful, be exalted. Foreign nations, colonists. You are in the eye of the tomahawk.
Tomahawk! How we gonna do it? The hard way! How we gonna do it? The hard way! How we gonna do it? The hard way!
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
Tomahawk! How we gonna do it? The hard way! How we gonna do it? The hard way! How we gonna do it? The hard way!
We the people have been poisoned. Have you or anyone you know experienced hair loss, balding, bleeding issues, cancers, diabetes, and related health problems? These conditions and many others are the result of rat poisoning. In the early 1900s, eugenicists created a rat poison chemical which has intentionally been placed into personal care cosmetic product formulas, especially products labeled as natural. This chemical was designed to destroy your body on a cellular level through your blood. Common and popular brands contain this toxic rat poison chemical formula. Since at least the 1950s, millions of people have been suffering due to the damage caused by this chemical. Within each generation, the harm increases as this chemical crosses the placenta, compromising the natural development of babies. This book reveals not only the origins of this chemical, the harm to natural and reproductive health, but also the people responsible and the billions of dollars they profit each year. Visit stopthegenocide.us for more information.